Last Christmas, I sat at the same table I'd sat at my entire life. Same chairs. Same decorations. Same people. And I smiled. I laughed at the right moments. I passed the dishes. And then, in the span of about 4 minutes, my entire family showed me exactly who they are. I haven't spoken to a single one of them since. This is my story. You decide if I'm wrong. As long as I can remember, I was the invisible one. My older sister Sarah was the golden child, straight A's, beauty queen energy, the one my mom would brag about to literally every single person she met. My younger brother Jake was the baby, so he could do no wrong. And then there was me, the middle child, the responsible one, the one who just handled things. I paid my own way through college. I built my career from scratch. I moved out at 22 and never asked my parents for a single dollar after that. Did I ever get a "we're proud of you" for that? No. What I got was, "Your sister just got promoted, isn't that wonderful?" For years, I told myself, it doesn't matter. Family is family. Just show up, keep the peace, and go home. That's what I did every Christmas. For 9 years. And that's what I planned to do last December. I drove 3 hours to get there. 3 hours. In snow. The moment I walked through the door, I knew something was off. My mom barely looked up. My dad gave me a stiff hug. Sarah shot me this look, I still don't know how to describe it. Somewhere between pity and satisfaction. I told myself, you're imagining it. Just get through dinner. Dinner started fine. Turkey, mashed potatoes, the usual. Then my mom brought up Christmas gifts. Sarah had gotten my parents a vacation package to Italy. Jake had gotten them a brand new espresso machine. Everyone turned to look at me. I'd gotten them a handmade photo album. Every trip we'd ever taken as a family. Every birthday. Every holiday. I'd spent 2 months putting it together. My mom opened it. She smiled politely, set it down, and said, and I'm quoting her word for word here, "Oh, that's sweet. Very homemade." And Sarah laughed. Not a big laugh. Just a small, quiet little laugh. And that was the moment. That was the match on the gasoline. Because what happened next wasn't an accident. My dad cleared his throat and said he had an announcement. He told us he was updating his will. He was leaving the house, the family home I grew up in, entirely to Sarah. His reason? She's the most financially responsible. And she's the one who's given us grandchildren. I don't have children. I'd gone through a miscarriage 18 months before that dinner. My family knew. I had told them. The table went quiet. I looked at my mom. She was looking at her plate. I looked at Sarah. She wasn't surprised. Not even a little. That's when I realized she already knew. They had all already talked about this. This dinner wasn't a family Christmas. It was an announcement. And I was the audience. I pushed my chair back. My dad said, "Don't make a scene." I wasn't making a scene. I was getting my coat. My mom said, "You always do this. You always make everything about you." I picked up the photo album. The one I'd spent 2 months making. The one she'd called homemade like it was an insult. And I left. I drove 3 hours home in the snow. I cried for the first hour. The second hour I was numb. The third hour I made a decision. I blocked every single one of them. My mom. My dad. Sarah. Jake. Aunts who texted me asking what happened. Cousins who sent, just checking in, messages that were really just fishing for drama. All of them. Gone. My dad sent a letter, an actual paper letter, telling me I was being childish and that I needed to apologize to the family for ruining Christmas. I didn't respond. That was 4 months ago. I haven't spoken to any of them since. People in my life, friends, coworkers, they're split. Some say I went too far. That family is family. That I'll regret it. Others say I should have done it years ago. Here's what I know. I spent 9 years being the invisible daughter. I drove 3 hours in the snow. I made a 2-month gift with my own hands. And they laughed. They made a decision about my inheritance, in a room I wasn't in, at a table where they knew I'd survived a miscarriage. And not one of them said a word. Maybe I am the difficult one. Maybe I do make things about me. But I'm done performing for people who never saw me to begin with. So was I wrong? Should I have stayed at that table, smiled, and driven home in silence like I always did? Or was cutting them off the only thing I should have done years ago? Drop your verdict in the comments, NTA or YTA, and tell me what you would have done. If this story hit you, subscribe. I post new Reddit family confessions every week. Stories that'll make you question everything.